Welcome to Fergie's Football Focus, now exclusively live on Twitch. The link is in the description.
Italy and Portugal may be missing out on the 2022 World Cup. They both finished second in their respective groups, behind the likes of Switzerland and Serbia, meaning that in order to qualify for the World Cup, they will have to go through the playoff. You're thinking, surely they will still qualify, right? Well, not too fast. This playoff format that is set up by UEFA for the World Cup isn't very kind to the European football giants. To qualify, teams need to win both a one-leg semifinal and a one-leg final. And typically with these one-leg fixtures, they are much more beneficial to weaker sides, as in a one-off match, anything can happen. It can go either way, right? The best team doesn't always win across one leg, whereas across two legs with 180 minutes of football being played, you typically see the better side advance. And it's not like the competition they're going up against is terrible. The other teams that have qualified for the playoffs include Sweden, Wales, the Czech Republic, Scotland, Austria, Poland, and North Macedonia, with a few others to still join. But those are all decent sides. None of them at the on-paper strength of the likes of Italy and Portugal, right? Which is none of them at that strength, but they're still decent sides. What's crazy to me is that Italy are in this position after just recently winning the Euros. Like, this Italy team has just proven how good they are, and now we're in a quite dicey position. What I will say is, luckily for both Italy and Portugal, they are seeded with regards to the playoffs, meaning their semifinal matches will be played at home, which is a good advantage for them, okay? Playing at home, they should be pretty comfortable. That said, anything can happen, especially with the pressure and expectation both these sides face. I mean, these are sides that have, for years and years, qualified for major tournaments, right? Portugal have not missed a major tournament since 1998. Italy failed to qualify for the last World Cup, and they faced major scrutiny. If they fail to qualify 2 straight times, I mean, that would be absolutely absurd. So, they're in difficult situations, and if I was a fan of either Italy or Portugal, I would be very scared, because in these tournament style, playoff style events, you just never know what can happen. And you know what? I think with the way the seeding works, I think Italy and Portugal will be pretty comfortable in the semifinal. They'll probably get a side on the weaker half of this of the teams in the playoff. They'll get the home match, so I think they'll both make it through the semifinal. It's just a question of who they then face at the final and where that game is then played. Right? It is very unlikely that they will face off against each other in their final, but we'll have to wait and see with the draw on November 26th. But they will not face off each other in the semifinal. That is for sure. I would find it very unlikely if they were having to face off at any point during this playoff. And on paper, they should beat every other team on this list. But you just never know. You can have a bad day. The other team can perform extremely well. It can depend on the venue, the conditions, like everything does come to play here. But by Portugal opening that door to Serbia, letting them score, in the 90th minute of the match, they've put themselves in a dicey situation. Similar situation with Italy, allowing the likes of Switzerland to finish above them. So that's all I got to say. I think we've got to wait and see. I'm not saying for certain whether they will qualify or will miss out, but it is very much up in the air, and it will become very interesting come both the draw on November 26th and then in March once the semifinal and final occur.